Uh, you know that emoji that has that look like it's how wait it's like I can't even do the face. You know the one with like a sly face and a smile? Yeah, something like that. That's what it is. I can make eggs. Does that qualify? Talk, for sure. Like, I hate texting. It gets to me. Well, it all began. I'm a frequent lecturer at universities, and because it annoys me when people don't take notes when I speak, so this one girl told me, and the class would always be full, so I told the girls, like, why don't you take notes? So one of the girls was like, we like listening to you speak, but we don't like to take notes. Why don't you write a book and we read your book? So I wrote the book. Otherwise, I had no intention of writing a book. Some people who plan to write a book or like make a movie. For me, I had no intent. I want to start an airline. Like that's my ambition. Like, I'd rather do something big, you know, like make something happen, you know, but not like write a book. But then I'm working on the second one now. This year, my biggest achievement is obviously, well, the book. It's a big deal. Yeah, just read it. So the book was the biggest achievement. I mean, the fact that this year, I mean, for books published in this part of the world, you don't sell that many, and I'm glad that I sold like 3,000 in 6 months. It's kind of a big deal. So that's like, I think, my big achievement. Also, a few more things. The fact that I became a global shaper. I'm a global shaper with the World Economic Forum. So the World Economic Forum, based in Switzerland, have 5,000 global shapers. And in Abu Dhabi, there are 20 of us, and I'm one of the global shaper. People tell me, what do you do? I'm like, you know, shape the globe and stuff. All these problems you see in the world, it's me. And I'm like, no. So they identify people who are active in the community, and then they invite you to be part of this global community network, and then we do things together and everything else. So it's kind of like a big deal. Last but not least, I think, what else has been a big achievement this year? Yeah, you know, I always use this quote, and I say it's by Mark Twain. There are two important days in your life: the day you were born and the day you find out why. And I think this year I found my calling. I think I do want to focus a lot on speaking, but not to develop me to become an international world-class speaker. No, because I really want to end up teaching. Like, I would like to one day go into school or university and make like teaching my profession. Like, I want to really teach. I think I have a way of taking sophisticated topics and breaking them down and making them cool, like the book, but you know, for the students. So the book talks about so many things. It's about it's a self-help book for yourself. It could be about business. It could be about anything. But because it touches upon different topics, I couldn't find the one title. So I was talking to my friend, and I said to her, I said, I want people to just read it. And she's like, okay, why don't you call it that? I was like, what? She's like, just read it. So I looked it up, and I couldn't believe, after millions of books published, Just Read It doesn't exist. And I got Just Read It. Because if you think of any book, you tell anybody to read a book, just read it, you know, just pick up the book, just read it. And then I got this title. It's pretty awesome, right? Can I say more than one? I want to be a pilot because I love the skies. And I wanted to be like a scientist because I love chemistry. And I like it because, like, you know, when you tell someone that you're a scientist, it's like a big deal. Like, oh, your dad's a scientist. Yeah, then said, look. And then the last one was, I want to be a lawyer, because I thought that, I always make like a good point in meetings and with anyone. Like I always have like a logical explanation on things. I think it was Law and Order as well. I grew up watching Law and Order and The Bold and the Beautiful. In 5 years, I think I'd have a master's degree, and inshallah, I would like to see myself in my own property. I'm renting now, but I would like to see myself. And work-wise, I think I would see myself playing a vital role in our government, in advising in something, because I'm doing a lot of things in different times with, like, I really enjoy business and politics, and I like foreign affairs and foreign policy, and I see myself advising in that field. Not much of a scientist, but coffee when I'm with like friends, but tea when I'm in a meeting. It shows sophistication. Like when you order tea and you have water. I don't have water. I order sparkling water, because it's like a thing. Like when you sit in a meeting, you notice people look at you oh, okay. And you don't order any tea. You order like oolong tea. Like you have to give them that thing. I was watching this in a movie once. There was this guy who never went to university or something, but he was like self-made, and he was talking about how, like how you can gain that kind of like respect or something in a business meeting. And it's those small things that make a huge difference. How you sit, your posture, what you order. You order coffee, that's like a street person's like drink. But you order tea, you don't say hi coffee, I'm gonna have high tea, right? I was I was a geek, not even a nerd, beyond, like, I never had a girlfriend in high school. That's how bad it was. I was skinny. I had a lot of oil in my hair. Like, I was very unattractive, and I was a geek. I was so sad. Like, I'd help girls do their homework. That's how bad it was. Like, the really attractive girls in school. That was how much of a geek. They were like, oh, just to. Does that answer the question? Sorry. So for me, I have a habit of walking fast, and yes. And number 2, I don't like the sandals. Number 3, it saves me a lot of money on pedicure, because I don't do it as often as I used to with my sandals. Number 4, it's much more healthier for your back and your posture and everything. And like between floors in the office, I take the steps. And I like run up the staircase. So I don't really like sandals. So I like Skechers, and not because I saw a Kim Kardashian ad, it has nothing to do with that. But In university, the worst thing I did in university, during my time at university, I traveled with 2 guys to Thailand, and I was left there with no money. So I got into a lot of trouble. I was threatened to be thrown in prison or something. Yeah, I ended up paying everything, and I went there and I got left. So that was really horrible. Like it was kind of traumatizing. I was a kid. I was like 19 or something. I started crying like a little kid. And then yeah. So that was like the worst thing that happened. What else? Okay, but I did the first experience ever to travel on my own. I traveled to Greece. I went alone. I went to Greece. I went to Mykonos. I went to Greece, and I was like, where are all the young people? Apparently all the young people disappeared. They told me, go to this island, it's called Mykonos. And little did I know, I was booked there for one night and ended up staying for 10 days. I was like, okay, it's not too bad. It's a nice place. You look like one of my relatives.
Really?
Yeah, so weird. A country I'm dying to visit, Japan. And I want to go to Antarctica. That's my goal. Do you know that every human being on Earth is entitled to land in Antarctica? It's the only place where everybody has land. Everyone, according to United Nations. Because no one's claimed it as a country. So like if you go, you can say there that this is my land. Now how do you want to fuel it and stay there? That's another problem. But everybody's entitled to land. So I want to go and rightfully claim my land. Every human being though, not me, everyone. Don't wear a lot of makeup. And the other thing is, you know, as much as you can, I mean, I know that there's a lot of like rules and whatever and how you have to present yourself, but really like people today, they resonate with you being yourself. Like the more you could be yourself through the lens, the better. Or through the mic. I was a radio presenter once and I was also a TV presenter one time. And I tried both. So the radio, people really enjoyed it because they could hear like just being myself. And I always tell the producers or whatever, let me be myself. Because it's not what you say, it's how you say it. In the same way when you're in front of the camera reporting anything, just be yourself and you notice like the legends are always themselves, you know? They something about them, they took their personality through, they owned it, so own it. That's my advice. We're four, so it's my older sister Aida, myself, Ali, and Nihal. I think, okay, I'm not just saying it because it's not nothing to do with my ego, but I think I'm my mother's favorite. Only because I have my mom's dad's eyes. My grandfather passed away and I'm the only one at home with light eyes. I got it from my granddad, he's the only one. But yeah, I put her through a lot of trouble. And plus, when I was born, I wasn't breathing, so they had to flip me upside down and spank me in the back. And my mom knew I was going to be trouble. So from the time I was born, yeah, so it should be, you know, yeah. She always has to bail me out. Like every time I open a business and I go bust, I have to go to my mom to like ask her to save me. I'm always like the financial worry for my mom. She always feel like she makes a lot of money from my sister and then she has to like cover my liabilities, you know? There's like profit and liability. So yeah, it's just...
Describe your typical day.
Well, I'm a morning person. Like I always say, I eat sunshine for breakfast. That's my thing, like my line. But I love the mornings, and I love to pray. So prayer gives me my mojo. Maybe that's not right, but like I get my game yani, when I pray. And then I like to read the news. Like it's my thing. I have to read the news. So news, breakfast is like when they say breakfast like a king, I think for me it's like kings because I eat. I don't eat, I hog. Or maybe not even hog, but I'm like a bulldozer, just picks up everything on its way. Like I eat a lot for breakfast. If there's a buffet, you send me to a hotel buffet, everything there is in my stomach. So that's number one. I know I don't look it right, but I try to not get too fat. And then I like to work out, you know. I'm not the fittest guy. I have not achieved my beach body like what every other guy in the city wants to have. But I believe that one day my future love will look in my heart and not my body. Whatever. Yeah, I think that's about it. And yeah, I tweet a lot. I actually tweet more than I do everything else, but Twitter is like my thing. Omar Al Busaidy, just in case. Advice I would give 16-year-old self. I would just say, that's the toughest question. Nobody's ever told me that. I was going to probably just say, just pass out and die or whatever. But I would probably just say, patience, Omar. That's it. I'm very impatient, and I've always been. The lack of patience had got me in situations where I shouldn't have been in. But and I wish someone told me it's all going to be okay. So like, dear Omar Jr., which by the way, it might happen because I really want to call my son Omar, not because of my name, but I think all Omars were great, not me. Other Omars in the history of Islam, they were rock stars. I mean, they were not rock stars, like they were good people. Like they made history in a good way. Like Umar al-Mukhtar, Umar al-Khattab, Umar Sharif. So I would say, dear Umar II, please, just don't worry, be patient. God has His plan and we'll all be good. And yeah, so, sorry Umar. How you doing? Oh God, I can't remove that, really? It's on my LinkedIn? She needs brownie, she got extra brownie points. No, that's on my Facebook. Oh my God. Sharifa, don't do that. I'm a young guy. We're fasting, I can't say that. Yeah. It's like, khas, don't read it. It's not meant for you. Forget the topic. Are you sure you're talking to the right person? Yeah. My mom, if we traveled, she would give the neighbors tapes to record it. Can you believe it? She used to annoy the neighbors. Like, okay, do not, حتى Eid, on Eid, like when we have family gatherings, like we're in Oman, in another country. She tells everybody in the majlis, in the salon, please like lower your voice or do not speak or go to another room because I want to watch this. And everybody's like, we're in their house.